I am. You getting a mic check?
Yes, I'm good. Yes. Yes, I was just trying to get my face together. Great. That's all I can hope for. Good morning, and thank you so much for watching us on After GMS. It is 7:45 on Monday, May 18th. We've got our crew here. Stacy Spivey and Megan Malaris are working from home, looking great in your pink today, guys. I missed the memo. Ed Matthews even wearing pink with his tie out in the weather garden. I called it completely wrong, but maybe I'll get it right the next time. I'm Tracy McCain here in the studio, so we're going to get to some of our top conversations this morning. But first, Ed Matthews, start us off with a forecast.
Well, I tell you what, that yellow you're wearing could represent the sunshine that we're not going to see today. Yeah, plenty of clouds. We're dry this morning, but as we head through the afternoon and overnight period, rain showers, the chances are going to ramp up. Be on the lookout for a few thunderstorms this afternoon and evening. We'll make it into the mid-70s. No more 80s like we had over the weekend. They're gone for a while. As a matter of fact, tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, it gets even cooler. Lots of clouds, off and on rain, and temperatures in the 60s. Yeah, we're looking at 64 for the coolest day on Wednesday. Now, off and on rain each day, and it's going to kind of accumulate, so we couldn't rule out maybe some pockets of flash flooding by midweek. Not a definite, but it's something that we're going to be watching. We're going into kind of an extended wet period where the umbrella gets a workout for much of this week. The rain should taper off late Friday. That'll set the stage for warmer weather and dry weather just in time for the weekend.
All right, Ed Matthews, at least we come out of this on the plus side, right?
Yes.
All right, let's take a look at our first conversation before we get to the morning's headlines. And Stacey, data shows more Americans are turning to online retail therapy to get through this COVID-19 crisis.
Yeah, that's right. So if you've had a few extra Amazon boxes on your doorstep, you're definitely not alone. Retail therapy is a real thing, and it's getting a lot of people through the pandemic. Listen to this. In a survey of 2,000 Americans, 72% of people say shopping is a mood booster. Right now, some say they're spending nearly $200 a month on impulse buys to make themselves feel better. So this morning, we want to know, what have you purchased during the pandemic? Guys, what have I not purchased? Okay, I am a true believer of retail therapy. Seriously, it's bad. But I think the best purchase probably during the pandemic is a Roomba. It is by far my favorite thing right now. And if you don't have one, I highly recommend it.
I thought you were going to say your house. Your new house was a purchase during...
Oh yeah, that too.
But the Roomba, that trumps everything, you know. Don't worry about that. I bet your dog likes the Roomba too. All right, Megan, what have
He tries to chase it. It's pretty funny.
Oh, I bet. You should video that and share it with us because most animals do. I mean, my kids used to chase ours. They've grown out of that. All right, so Megan Maleris, what have you purchased during the pandemic?
Well, certainly not a Roomba, even though that's not a bad idea with all the cat hair we have in this house, although I don't know if the combination of a cat and a baby would bode well for the future of a Roomba. So I'll stick with the Dyson for now. I have purchased during the pandemic mostly just baby items and cosmetics, even though I've noticed that the cosmetic suppliers have taken a long time to deliver some of my items, which I know is understandable. I know they're backlogged right now. Another item I ordered for my grandmother for her birthday a few weeks ago isn't even set to ship for another 4 weeks. So I had to email that company and ask what the deal is. So just be mindful. I think when you're ordering things that are not considered essential online, it could take a while as these factories in their various states try to adhere to those guidelines in place.
Gotcha. All right, Ed Matthews, have you purchased anything online?
You know what a cheapo I am. I'm a real tightwad. I haven't ordered anything online or anything like that. You know, when I have a need of something that I've got to have, I'll put on my mask and I'll go out and get it. I was just thinking, it's kind of interesting that my need has been centered around food. So that's what I've been buying, food. Yeah, lots of it.
Yeah, that's easy to place an order online. Actually, we've been doing that a lot. I used to make dinner 6 times a week and then just order out on Saturdays or Friday nights. But now we're ordering out like 2 or 3 times a week, which I love because then I have more time out of the kitchen and with the family. So I love that. So the last thing I ordered online were some 10-pound weights. And I ordered them and I picked them up curbside via Dick's, which was great. I wanted 12-pound weights, but apparently they're just not making them anymore. So I did the 10 and it was easy. I just ordered and they were like, oh, your order is ready. And I just went by and picked it up and it was perfect. Yeah. All right, so we are asking you online as well. What have you purchased lately? It's gonna get a little retail therapy. Sharia says she's bought more groceries than usual. Wanda says that groceries, she's like, she goes in and gets them with a mask on. Nadine says a Roomba, Crocs, paint by numbers. Oh yeah, I bet you have some people to entertain Nadine at your home. So LaMonica says she's bought lots of crafting supplies, which is awesome. And Sharia also says she's bought bath and body foaming soap. Yeah, you know, I don't mind. All right, so Megan, now that we've gotten through our first conversation, why don't you start us off with a look at our morning headlines?
All right, that sounds good. Yes, it is 7:51, and let's take a look at the latest COVID-19 update in the state of North Carolina. We are seeing more COVID-19 cases reported as more testing happens across the state. Right now, health officials report more than 18,500 confirmed cases of COVID-19 since the pandemic started. That includes the more than 9,000 people the state presumes have recovered. We'll get another update on recovery numbers by 4 this afternoon. Here in the Triad, there are 846 confirmed cases in Guilford County and at least 651 cases in Forsyth County. Governor Roy Cooper will have an update on the state's reopening plan at 2 o'clock today. The North Carolina Dental Society put out some guidelines for reopening. All practices will follow safety guidelines from the CDC, ADA, and OSHA to keep you safe. Here are some changes you'll notice at your next appointment. You won't wait in the waiting room. You'll wait in your car until you receive a notification your dentist is ready for you. You'll also have to answer questions about whether you're experiencing any COVID-19 symptoms, and you'll get your temperature checked. Also, dentists will be wearing more personal protective gear. As of now, several Triad practices are back open for routine appointments.
Well, under phase 1 of North Carolina's reopening plan, all child care centers are reopening to families who need support. But before they can accept students again, child care facilities must show they are following new safety and health regulations. That's where WFMY News 2's Candace Red picks up our story.
North Carolina has one of the highest rates of working moms, making child care services not only important, but one of the state's top priorities. According to the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, more than 200,000 children spend part or all of their day in a child care program. Statistics also show there are more than 6,000 regulated child care facilities in our state. Now, under phase 1 of the state's reopening plan, child care centers can reopen for people who are working, seeking employment, homeless, or receiving child welfare services. But before reopening, child care facilities must be approved by the state health department. The process involves completing a reopening application to demonstrate compliance to new health and safety regulations. Taking a look at your screen, here's some of the new measures. Child care centers must monitor drop-off and arrival procedures. That includes turning away anyone who shows signs of an illness of any kind or who may be exposed to COVID-19. Staff must conduct daily health screenings, including taking every child's temperature, and social distancing measures must also be used by having 6 feet spacing markings in waiting rooms and other areas. Staff must also clean and disinfect frequently touched surfaces throughout the day and at night. Child care centers must also post a sign on the door at all entrances highlighting the exact safety and health measures being practiced. But for more on this story, all you have to do is visit our website. That's WFMYnews2.com.
Well, we could move into phase 2 this Friday if the state meets key data points showing cases have flattened. Under phase 2, more businesses will reopen and the stay-at-home order will be lifted. The list of businesses includes restaurants, bars, gyms, and hair salons, all of which have to meet strict social distancing guidelines. People most at risk for coronavirus are encouraged to stay home until phase 3.
WFMY News 2 wants to help our community get through trying times, and we know you're looking for ways to help out too. That's why we're teaming up with the United Way for a virus relief text-a-thon. It is this Thursday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. That is 12 hours to give and help out your community. The donations will provide relief to people affected by the virus in our community. All you need to do to help is text the number 40403 with the message virus. Duck Donuts is making it easy to pay it forward. For the next 3 days, you can purchase donuts for people on the front lines, and it will deliver the sweet treats. It's part of the Sprinkle Happiness campaign. The company hopes to donate 25,000 donuts, and you don't have to go inside to buy them. You have the option to purchase on the Duck Donuts app.
Donuts. Ed Matthews always speaking my language, especially when it comes to food.
I tell you, there's nothing any better than sugar on a donut.
Oh my goodness. All right, so that brings us to our next conversation. Stacey, what have you learned about America's favorite place to eat?
Okay, well, if you're hungry for donuts, you're going to be even more hungry after I tell you about this. So the results are in for the top grossing fast food restaurants in 2019, and taking the top spot, drumroll, is McDonald's again. So they have just been dominating, I guess, in this, taking a look at their sales. But I want to talk about the next 4 spots because it's pretty interesting. So rounding out the top 5 are Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell, and Burger King. And what's so significant about this is Taco Bell has been in the number 3 spot, but Chick-fil-A for the first time has kicked them down out of number 3. They had a 13% increase in sales last year. I can only imagine maybe it had something to do with that chicken sandwich debate between Chick-fil-A and Popeyes. But this morning we want to know, what is your favorite fast food joint to go to? Mine, definitely Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, I think that this is like skewed, right? Because Chick-fil-A is mostly southeastern, right? You know, Virginia, maybe Maryland, and then down south towards, you know, South Carolina, all the way to Georgia. So McDonald's is like nationwide, worldwide, really. It's like in every country you can imagine. So I think that you can't really compare the 2 franchises. Because personally, I think if you try Chick-fil-A, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is the best sandwich ever, right? But it's not everywhere that, you know, McDonald's is. So I personally think that, like, if we only concentrated on like southeastern states, then maybe it'd be different. But, you know, I'm just kind of like that person who always thinks something is up, you know. All right, Megan, so do you have a favorite fast food restaurant?
Well, lately it's been McAllister's. We have one by our house. I just love their soups and sandwiches and salads, and it's so easy to order on the app, and you can pay on the app and then just go pick it up. And so I'm liking that lately. Also, I love Panera, although interestingly, did you know in my hometown of St. Louis, Missouri, it is called the St. Louis Bread Company. So we all called it, for slang, Bread Co. growing up, and it was new calling it Panera when I moved here. Also, though, you know, the Midwesterner transplanted to the South, I've learned to love Cookout and Bojangles and Biscuitville, all the good Southern eats with the good, juicy, greasy biscuits.
You know, it's funny because you guys can't hear this, obviously, but I hear screaming in the control room. I think it's because they're debating their favorite fast food place. I don't know. You guys can tell me in my ear, but what's going on over there? Oh, they're screaming Bojangles. Got it. Because I'm like, what is going on? Y'all can't scream in the control room. Throw me off. I'm thinking something's really going on out there. Okay, so we're good. Before I get to you, Ed, Stacy's raising her hand, so I have to let her in here. What's up, Stacy?
Yeah, I just want to mention something really quick so it kind of clarifies what we're talking about. So this was a report from Restaurant Business Magazine, and they take a look at the sales that these restaurants have made in the past year, and this is across the nation. So according to them, Chick-fil-A is number 3 in the nation and McDonald's number 1. So, I mean, I looked at all their statistics and everything. Looks legit to me, but again, that's all according to them.
Yeah, no, I understand. I still think that if it was a national franchise, then they would have more sales potentially and they could measure up. But, you know, I'm not on the Chick-fil-A bandwagon here. I'm just saying, you know, I always think, you know, what's the most reasonable reason for the numbers. Okay, so Ed Matthews, but thank you for that explanation. I didn't mean to like diss your study or anything like that. I love it. I think it's great. I love this conversation, and we're going to keep it rolling, Ed Matthews. So what is your favorite fast food restaurant?
Well, I think every restaurant that we've mentioned in this segment, I absolutely love. I got to go with Chick-fil-A for the Chick-fil-A sandwich. For the burger, got to go for Cookout. Another great biscuit place, of course, Biscuitville. Those last two, you know, headquartered right here in the Triad. It's hard to really pin one down, but I like them all. Yeah, because I just love to eat.
I mean, yeah, that sounds good. And especially where we work, there's like fast food chains like literally everywhere. As soon as you drive out of the parking lot, you are like inundated with food. So you have options if that's the route you're going. So I'm looking at the comments here, and Zyrus, who's one of the producers who was screaming in our control room, says, Bojangles. Gotcha, Zyrus. We know. We know. Ramona says, mine is McDonald's. I love their chicken nuggets. Sharia says, Panera or Zaxby's. Oh, that's another. Ooh. Have you tried their chicken sandwich? Oh, their homestyle. Oh, my gosh, it's good. Amy Adams says, Cookout has the best shakes. And then Sharon says, talking drive-through, she likes Cookout. Wanda Creedle says Chick-fil-A, then McDonald's as fast food, but I have been craving Zach's hot dogs. Yes, yes, I love Zach's hot dogs as well. Would love to go back and get them. Phyllis says Pete's in Reedsville. I've never tried that, but it sounds good. And Dion says my fast food is Subway. So yeah, you guys are weighing in. Y'all like your fast food too, as do we. I don't know that we'll all agree ever, but I will say that it's been a great discussion and something else otherwise, you know, to talk about than COVID-19, right? And as long as we can take the conversation off of that for just a little bit and smile, I think it's a great thing. All right, Ed Matthews, since you're
I'm just thinking about all that food we've been talking about. I didn't think about Zach's over in Burlington. I suggest a road trip to get pickup. Oh, some great hot dogs. Oh, yeah. Okay, I digress. Let's do the 7-day. Oh, yeah, I forgot Yum Yums. Oh, my goodness. I'm out of control here. Hey, you know, I think our weather is becoming out of control. It's going to be wet for a while. Now, we're dry this morning, but showers move in later today and tonight, and we'll be on the lookout for maybe a few storms. We're on the way to the mid-70s. The 80s that we had over the weekend are gone until next weekend. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and even Friday, off and on rain and much cooler. I think the coolest day will be Wednesday with a high of 64. And with that rain that we expect and it kind of piling up each day, we'll be on the lookout for maybe a little flash flooding, not a definite, but we'll be watching the radar as we go through the week. But I think when you add it all up, we're going to, see some pretty hefty rainfall totals for the next 4 or 5 days. But it dries out just in time for the weekend as temperatures warm back into the lower 80s.
You're coming in so fast that I lost the name here, but someone had written that she loves the conversation but does not like your forecast because she's not liking all this rain. We were spoiled this weekend.
Yes, we were. But, I think the lawns around the area, we could use a little rain to kind of green up everything. So we'll get it out of here, and next weekend's going to be sweet.
Oh, well, we love sweet things, don't we?
Yes, we do.
All right, well, thanks for joining us on After GMS, 7:45. It starts every Monday through Friday. Please join us, tell your friends, and let us know. We love to interact with you and join in our conversations. And we'll see you right back here tomorrow. In the meantime, stay safe, everyone, and have a great day.